Hey, everybody. Well, if you're watching this, you are one of a select group. There's only about 18 of you, people that I sponsor on Homebot. And I've really been working on this for, I'm not kidding, 3 weeks. And people, what? It's Homebot. What could you possibly be working on for 3 weeks? Because Homebot has grown into such a powerful mechanism, and there's so much to cover that I wanted to try and cover it all, but also not bore you to tears with hearing me prattle on for an hour and a half. So I'm going to try and keep this short and get to the point. And then the most important thing I guess I can say is contact me, because I'm here for you. I want to support you. And I truly do believe that Homebot is a fantastic mechanism for you to both build and maintain your business. And I'm going to go over some reasons why. And I know you're like, well, we've already been sold a Homebot, but just indulge me a little bit. A wise man once said that we don't need to be taught as often as we need to be reminded. So I'm going to go with that, and just ask that you just bear with me as we take a stroll down here, down Mike Molina Lane for just a minute, okay? So the first thing that I want to point out, again, you know this, but again, just to bring it back up to the surface, when we're talking about marketing, there's two types. There's transactional and relational. And I think that we wouldn't even be talking right now if I didn't think everybody was relational marketing oriented. But we tend to forget about that sometimes, and it's always good to have it, come back up to the surface and readdress it. And I'm not going to go over every single one of these, but you know the difference, right? Versus, the focus is under transactional is just having the conversation right now, versus relational, which is having long-term relationships. It's all about the difference between just getting the paycheck right in the moment and doing things that may not pay an immediate dividend, but over the long haul will pay much greater dividends. And that's relationship marketing. And I'm going somewhere with all this. So again, indulge me. I know you're like, okay, well, we've heard this all before, Mike, but just humor me for a little bit. So when it comes to building and or maintaining your business, there's only two ways to do it, right? Number one, you got to get new leads, new clients. And you got to maintain your database and, as much as possible, prevent attrition. There's always going to be attrition, right? But you can slow it significantly by paying attention to it. And the best part of all is that by paying attention to your current sphere, your database, your whatever you want to call it, and maintaining that so that you keep attrition to a minimum, you also at the same time will be circling back to number one, which is finding new clients. That will happen automatically, but these will be a much higher quality of referrals that you get because they'll be coming from people that already know, like, and trust you. Unfortunately, we always tend to focus on finding the new clients part. And all the time I get people that, hey, let's do this, they want to do this Click to Pay or this Zillow or this, that, or whatever. And there's 1,000 different things, to buy something to get, more business, because that's, how we pay our bills. But we tend to overlook our most important and valuable source of business, and it's something that's actually individual to each one of us. So I just want to go over that a little bit. I have some very, very interesting statistics for you. So this is all straight from the NAR. So when it comes to cold contacting, so that would be mailers, door hangers, postcards, cold calling, pay-per-clicks, general advertising, email campaigns that are outside of your sphere, etc. So according to the NAR, the cold contacting conversion rate. So that's from the time you contact to the time they turn into a lead. Just a lead, not a closing, just a lead, is somewhere between 1% and 3%. And also, according to the NAR, the conversion rate of cold leads. So this is after we've gone past step number one. So we cold contacted them. They're a lead. Now we want to take them to closing. That conversion rate of lead to closing is 1.2%. So I did some interesting math, and I'm using the highest, most optimistic percentage. So 1.2% for the lead to close, and 3% for the contact to lead. Okay. So starting here, okay, because we close the deal. So for every one closing, if we divide that by 1.2%, that's 83 leads. In other words, you need 83 cold leads. So they're actual leads that you need to talk to, have a conversation with, and one of them will turn into a closing. Now, if we take those 83 leads and we find out how many cold contacts we have to make to get them, so that's, pay-per-clicks, email postcards, whatever. Now, remember, this is not going to be the number of postcards that you need to mail or, phone calls you need to make. These are contacts. So so many people need to read the postcard. So many people need to answer the phone. So many people need to, read your email. They need to get your door hanger. Okay. So if you divide those 83 leads that you need to get to have the one closing, you need to get 2,778. You need to make 2,778 cold contacts, like actual contact, in order to get those 83 leads. So that doesn't leave out the thousands that you need to put out there just to, even get them to have a contact with you. I thought that was fascinating. However, the conversion rate of a person referred by a family or friend in real estate is 20 to 30%. So, because that's already a lead. Okay. So you don't need to worry about number one. It's just lead to closing, and lead to closing from a friend or relative is 20 to 30%. So that's an amazing statistic to me. And here's some more amazing statistics. So 88% of buyers, so up here is buyers, down here is sellers. 88% of buyers purchase their home with a real estate agent or broker, even though 90% of them find the home that they want online. 71% of buyers interviewed only one real estate agent during their home search. So they're either working, if they work with you, that means you were either the first one they talked to, or they maybe talked to one other one. 42% buyers use an agent that was referred to them by a friend, neighbor, or relative. That's huge. And 89% of buyers said they would use their agent again or recommend their agent to others. Now, here we get into sellers. 89% of sellers use an agent, 7% sold FSBO, and less than 1% sold via iBuyer. Excuse me. 81% of sellers contacted only one agent before finding the agent they work with. So again, if you sold somebody's home and you didn't know them before, okay, they only talked to one other agent before working with you. That is an amazing statistic. 65% of sellers found their agent through a referral from a friend, neighbor, or relative. That's even higher than buyers. 85% of sellers, they would definitely recommend their agent for future services. And 33% of sellers recommended their agent 3 or more times since selling their home. So almost all sellers recommended, I don't remember that stat off the top of my head, but I think it was like 65 or 70% of sellers recommended the agent that sold their home at least one time in the past year. Okay. And then it says 33% of them recommended them multiple times, 3 or more times. That's an amazing statistic. So that all sounds like really good news, right? We should be rolling in the dough, except less than 20% of sellers and buyers use an agent with whom they previously worked with. So we have all these amazing statistics telling us that our clients love us as real estate agents, which I'm not, but you know what I mean. And they would absolutely work with us. The vast majority would work with us again and want to give us referrals and everything. They're having great experiences, but only 20% are working with us again, right? And why is that? Because this stat shocked me. This is from the NAR. 91% of all realtors never contact the buyer or seller after closing or have any contact with them in any meaningful way. That is shocking. So we're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies and spending a ton of money to do it, right? So we have this gold mine sitting there and we put more time and effort and money into trying to attract new clients when we have this vast, just treasure trove of potential clients just waiting for us. Now, that doesn't mean we don't need to do those other things, because we do, because your database is only so big. It's only going to generate so many referrals. So you do have to do other things, but our biggest focus should be on our database. So Homebot is a 2-for-1 type of proposition. You can prevent client attrition while at the same time farming for new clients. So you stay in touch with your clients in meaningful ways, okay? And while at the same time doing that, there's all sorts of triggers that happen that will help you farm for new transactions, meaning new leads, new referrals from your existing database. So there's 3 things, okay, that we need to do to maintain our relationship with our sphere and also get leads from them. We need to provide value. We do that in any number of ways. You guys know all this: newsletters, social media, posts, mailers, and emails. Okay, this is where Homebot. Everything in pink and purple is a thing that Homebot helps you with. We need to nurture the relationship. This is where it gets really, really personal. Okay, so this is the technical side. So because people do work with who they know, like, and trust. The trust is where the competency comes in, and that's what this is all about, right? So we need to nurture the relationship. This is through personal phone calls and videos. You might, well, how does Homebot help with personal phone calls and videos? Well, if a client's triggering something in Homebot, like they want a CMA or they want information on the market, or there's 1,000 different things in Homebots they might click and ask information on, that's a phone call. And if they do ask for a CMA or something else, you can make them a video. If you're not into video, I'm just telling you, you're missing out on business. You have to do video. I've gotten so much business just from the videos that I do and the personal contact. So many clients leave comments about that in my reviews and tell me personally about the explainer videos and things that I do. You've got to get involved. You got to get over the shyness part and get into video. It won't be long before you are having fun with it. So Homebot gives you reasons to make phone calls. We're told all the time, you got to call your database. Well, what are you going to say? Well, Homebot tells you what to say. It gives you a reason to call them. And the videos give you a reason to really interact with them on an individual personal basis. And then, of course, handwritten notes and drop-bys and events. And you can do retargeting ads, which if you're interested in that, I'm more than happy to tell you all about that. So you can actually give your database to a company and very, very cheaply, on like less than like $100 a month, you can send ads targeted directly to your sphere of influence with specific ads to keep you top of mind. Not going like, hi, John, but when they're out there and they're looking on Google or Facebook or whatever, they're going to get ads that have your picture in them as a reminder that you're still there. And then the last thing is database monitoring with using predictive analytics. And this is where Homebot just goes off the charts. This is what I've been, singing about for the past few weeks and trying to get everybody excited about and into. If you want to invest time and money into building your business, this is where it's at. Invest into learning this. So when you open up your Homebot dashboard, you're going to get to this screen. There's one screen before, it's called the Activity Center, and then this pops up, and all of your clients are rated with a likelihood to sell score. Okay. And I know several of you have told me that clients that you sold a home to not too long ago went and sold with, and bought with somebody else. And, that really kind of hurt your feelings. I know, I get that too. And, it's not a good feeling. It's like, what did I do wrong? And most of the time, it's simply because you weren't top of mind. We weren't top of mind. So this rates them on how likely they're. I have already talked to every single one of these people, just by the way. So I walked my talk on this. And these scores, they're not always going to be right. Okay. But a lot of times they are. And better to err on the side of caution and be wrong than not call, because at least now you know who to pay attention to. Okay. So just real quick, I'm going to be super fast because I don't want this to be a long video. I just want to cover a few really cool ideas with you, what you can do with Homebot. So first of all, in your Homebot account, go to share, and this is the page that you'll see. Your page, social links, mobile app, and embed a widget. Let's start with embed a widget. I'm going to start at the end and work backwards. So embed a widget. So you all have web pages, okay? There's I don't know how many different widgets. There's at least 3, maybe more, okay? But each one of these can be a widget, okay, that you put on your website or any other landing page or whatever that you have to, hey, would you like to get a monthly free report on your home's value? Hey, would you like to find out what homes in your area can be rented for on a nightly basis? Hey, are you thinking about looking at markets? Click here and sign up, and they will be under the buyer side portal of Homebot. There's so many different applications for widgets, and you can use them in so many different places in so many ways. Okay. Next, social links. Homebot does all the work for you. You just go to your social links page, copy. You can post it on Facebook. You can post them Instagram, wherever you want. And they all lead to pretty much the same place, but they all say a different thing. It's a different trigger designed to get people that have different interests depending on where they are. Your page. This is like huge. Okay. So my picture is probably covering the QR code, but you can convert all of these into a QR code. So every business card that you have, every flyer that you make, every door hanger that you send, every postcard that you send, every open house flyer that you have, anything that you print ever should have a QR code on it. And depending on what the thing it is you're doing, it should either say, click here to get a free monthly report on your home's value, or click here to explore markets, or click here to find out what you can rent your home for overnight. Okay. So you take these are customized links, they go straight to your page, and you convert them to a QR code, and because it's printed material, people take their phone and boom, they're there. Now, if you don't know how to convert something to a QR code, I can help you. So I have a QR code converter. I'm happy to do it for you. They're dynamic. You can even have established QR codes. I have established QR codes where I change out where the website goes depending on what it is. So like I have one where the flyer stays in the open house and it says, here, click here for today's rates. But so that QR code is always going to rates for that specific open house. but whenever rates change, I update the rates. And so they'll see different things depending on when they scan the QR code. So that's what dynamic QR codes are about. And I can do that for you. And I'm happy to do it. It's free, not a problem. Just let me know. Okay. And then lastly, well, these are just some different ideas, but I just covered all of them. But lastly, there's the mobile app. No, we do not have the time to go into the mobile app. Suffice to say, it is powerful and it will keep you top of mind, and you can do all sorts of super fancy things with it. And they've got flyers in here. They've already given you a QR code with your custom link. People can just scan it, and immediately, if they're already a Homebot client, if they're already a client of yours in Homebot, they'll just be right there. If they're not in Homebot already with you, they can download the app, use your special code, and boom, they'll become a new customer. There's so many applications, and I'm talking fast because I don't want to bore you to tears, but it's so important that I want to make sure I cover it. So that is the big overview of Homebot. So I want to take a minute to show you what is in this email that I sent you. So just like with my Mortgage Minute, every time I send you one of these emails, so up here is, me talking to you, and here is the video that you clicked, or you wouldn't be looking at this, right? And then just like in my Mortgage Minute, I put all the slides that I use. I have links to all the reports. I mean, there's tons of stuff in my emails that you can just click a button and download stuff. I got rid of all that, and because this is just a customized email for just you guys, just the 18 of you, all right? And what I did was, Homebot has a ton of training videos, okay? And I know and love all of you. So I'm just going to tell, I know that you're not going to go through and watch them all. So I went through and I watched them all for you. That's why it took me 3 weeks. I watched them all for you, okay? And I put here the ones that I think are the ones that are most relevant and urgent for you to watch, because I know I'm only going to get so much of your attention, but these are some critical things, and I can't just talk at you. You've got to do some of this research on your own, and I wanted to make it easy for you to get there. So I went through and I watched them all, and in my opinion, these are the ones that you need to watch. So first up is this Homebot's best practices. It's 52 minutes, but it's a good 52 minutes. See, I even put how much time you're going to need to invest, because, I wanted you to be able to plan, right? This one right here, the reason that this is in red is because this is the one. This is the money maker right here, or the money saver, I guess I should say, because this is where the predictive analytics come in. And if you don't watch anything else or read anything else, please watch this one. If this is the only one I can get you to watch, which I would be sad, but if there is only one, watch this one, because this is the one that will save you from having clients. This is what will prevent your attrition. Okay. You really should watch all of them. Okay. But please watch them. These are the two most important, and they're of course the longest. Okay. The next one is the mobile app training. Okay. And this one right here is, look, it's short. It's only 4 minutes. It's an overview of the buyer report and home search, which is basically, Zillow and Redfin and whatever else, but in Homebot, but it's using your IDX. So this is just a short intro video, and then you can read these articles. I think these articles are pertinent. Lastly, if you click this button, it will take you to a different website, and it's actually just my Google Drive, and you can download the PowerPoint presentation. This is created by Homebot, and it's just a good way to skim through things and get an overall feel. So I thought, hey, that might be helpful. Might be sort of like Cliff Notes for Homebot, maybe. I don't know if you guys know what Cliff Notes are. And then this one right here, download the slides used in this video. So if you click this button, you'll be taken also my Google Drive, and all the slides that I just showed you just now, they're all here for you, because I thought that might be helpful. So that's what that's all. And that's it. That's the whole thing. So I hope that helps. I want you guys to call me. I want you to reach out to me, because I want to spend more one-on-one time with you, help you understand it. I'm here for you. The beauty about Homebot is that it leverages people that already know, like, and trust you. Okay. And that's why I've invested. You only have to pay $25 a month because RESPA makes us, right? But I'm spending, depending on how many clients are in there at any given time, somewhere around $1,500 to $2,000 a month. That's how much I believe in it. I don't tell you that for any other reason, but to let you know that's how committed I am to this. So I really hope that you will dive in. I'm here to help. Call me anytime. Kylie is here to help. That's all she does, and she loves working with you guys. So please leverage her. And thank you so much for your time. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care.